Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I wanted to talk about something that's local and in the news. 960 more speed cameras proposed in the next 2 years. The big stimulus we got from the federal government, they're going to use it for more cameras. That's just great. It might seem like a mundane problem for people like me that uses the car every day in and around the borough. Constantly looking around for cameras, even though I drive safely, I do see that it is more of a safety hazard. Does more harm than good. I'm going to show a few examples I think we need to talk about. You really need to think about these things before taking a side. Like in Staten Island, most people need a car to get around. There's no subway, fast transit, or amenities that the other boroughs have. And that is the problem when we talk about city budgeting, infrastructure, and bringing things to the table. We are a melting pot of different cultures, different living situations, it's a different city. It's more like the country out here in certain areas, and you need a car to get around. These hidden cameras are a safety hazard, and they are a distraction. I like to talk a little bit about this subject of the speed cameras in New York City. Since the pandemic started, we haven't been really talking about it, but it first started off, they introduced it, to ease it in, as they were going to be put near school entrances. Okay, great. It's sold little at a time. They're just chipping away. Now, it could be more than just the entrance. It's the radius. So within a radius of any school, so pretty much in my borough of Staten Island, they could be put anywhere because everywhere is a radius. And not only is it spread, now the mayor, before he leaves, wants them to be 24/7, 365. Okay. Accidents have increased since they've been adopted. So what does that tell you? It's a double-edged sword. If the accidents increase, they'll tell you need more speed cameras. If they decrease, they'll say, look, the cameras are working. We need more cameras. So they're only interested in money. All the revenue that these tickets make go into the general fund or the general spending that they use. We don't know where the money goes. So there's a few things. Besides the rest of the boroughs, Staten Island, the forgotten borough, we don't have the same amenities. We don't have a subway to the other boroughs. Even New Jersey and Long Island has a subway to the other boroughs. We have miles and miles and miles of streets without sidewalks for pedestrians. So if you're going to fine people, which doesn't stop you from speeding, it just gives you a fine, speed bumps actually would help. That's not practical, but at least keep the money where it's being issued. We need sidewalks. Why can't that money go to the sidewalks? Street widening, any of that stuff. It's a money grab. Here's an example of the hypocrisy of how they say it's safety, but it's not. Check this video out.
Camera guy. Can't see the cars. Okay, we're gonna go talk to this guy. Standing, that's there so when people make a left, they're not blocked. So this guy not only is blocking the view of cars that are trying to make a left, he's blocking a fire hydrant, giving out tickets. Yo, you're blocking the view. That's unsafe. People got to make a left turn, you're blocking their view. This is for safety, right? Well, you're making the public unsafe. You have a fire hydrant here, so go find another spot. You're not leaving? If I'm making a left, you're blocking the view, you're going to cause an accident. It's not safe. What? It says no standing right there, all the way up here. They put that there so people could see when they make a left. It's supposed to be safe, but you're making it unsafe for people. Doesn't make sense. Find another spot. You're going to cause an accident, my friend.
All right, here's some examples of what I'm talking about. See? No sidewalk. Residential neighborhood. Here's another one. To get to the back entrance of the College of Staten Island, a CUNY school. Absolutely no sidewalk for pedestrians to walk to the rear entrance of the school at all. Check that out. What speed camera is going to keep you safe over here? I don't know. Nothing's going to keep you safe over here. So I really believe enforcement is the key. Enforcement, kind of engineering controls that will help drivers pay more attention to the road than their cell phone. That speed camera is not going to help anybody if they're on their cell phone. And when I used to be in big trucks, no matter what light you're at, and I'm sure everybody's guilty of it, people get on their phone. Those speed cameras aren't going to do anything. All they do is issue you a fine. So if you're coming in from another state, you're going to get a speed camera ticket. Does that stop you from speeding? No. It just gives you a fine. Where does that money go? It should go right here. Sidewalk, bam. barrier, bam. And where are you supposed to ride a bike here? There's no room if you're going to ride a bike. You have several problems. That money's going into the general fund. We have no idea where that money's going. There's something else you need to ask yourself. Who's calibrating this? How often? Once a year? We don't have hot weather all year. So any electronic, I don't care what it is, acts bad in severe weather, very cold weather, malfunctions. No one's going there calibrating it every day. A police officer calibrates his machine before he shoots that ticket out. We're relying on AI to do its job, and a contractor whose best interest is the contractor have? Us or the people that are telling them to do a certain job? Answer that question. Now listen, I'm all for pedestrian safety. I'm a family man. I have 3 kids. I also ride a bike. I partake in rides like the 5-borough bike tour, even though I don't believe in all of what they, advocate for. Bike safety, yes, great idea. I don't feel any safer riding a bike on Staten Island whatsoever. People do drive like maniacs. People are on their cell phones. You need more police officers issuing fines. That's what you need. Something that takes a picture of somebody after the fact isn't doing anything. It's not doing anything. And some of these are not strategically put in places where there's actual people and bikes. They're put in areas like on Toad Hill Road with no sidewalks and a fence, just because they know people going downhill will go a little bit over the speed limit and they just want that money. It's not helping anybody. And if it's not going to stop, our local politicians need to put in a law that keeps the money here. And if the money stood here, there would probably be less interest of this program altogether, period. Parked in an area that was deemed an area that you're not allowed to park because of the accidents and complaints that happened at this intersection. So it's totally hypocritical to cause a safety hazard while issuing tickets for this alleged safety program. It's total bullshit. Total bullshit. And that was a prime example. This happens all the time, right? So just ask yourself these few questions before you say, just don't speed.
Are these cameras constitutional? Are the roads safer now? Do you feel safer now? Have accidents gone down? Do you know who is calibrating and how accurate these cameras are? Has any improvements in sidewalks been installed to provide a safer Staten Island? Has your local politician introduced and advocated to at the least keep our money to improve Staten Island, or is this just another creative way to increase revenue? Ask yourself that, folks.